You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP. Reach for what works.
Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash. Splash, splash, splash.
This game is being played according to the rules of the Minnesota Excellent League. These rules provide fair play sportsmanship from all players, coaches, and physical fans. Please ensure to do your part.
Welcome to the Dakota Ice Center for tonight's matchup between the Duluth East Greyhounds and the Prior Lake Lakers. I'm Bill Hupp, and alongside me tonight, Charlie Beatty, as Duluth East, as it so often does, Charlie, coming down from up north to the metro area to play stiff competition around the Twin Cities.
Yeah, they're one of Minnesota's great double-A geography problems. They in Grand Rapids and Bemidji, not a whole lot, Roseau as well, not a whole lot of teams up there in double-A, so they've got to travel a little bit. And they, like you said, they're frequent visitors down here to the Twin Cities a couple times in the last couple weeks, now here at Prior Lake tonight.
Give you the starting lineups quickly as the two teams get ready and set to drop the puck here tonight. Duluth East on the blue line will start E.J. Haitala and Frederick Payne. Up top, they'll start Charlie Erickson, Ricky Lyle Jr., and Ryder Donovan, two seniors and a junior. And in between the pipes tonight, Brody Raybald, 5-3-2 on the season, a 2.05 goals against average and a 908 save percentage. Prior Lake, meanwhile, will start Ty Traxel and Laz Cable on the blue line, and then up top they'll have Nathan Green, Charlie Cashmark, and Colorado College-bound senior Jackson Judding manning the top line. And in between the pipes, with Sam Shopbell out with a concussion, will be Cade Kajewski, the senior goaltender, will be manning the net tonight for the Lakers as we get set to drop the puck. Duluth East in the traditional black and red, Prior Lake in the blue and white. Lakers control the puck first and throw it into the neutral zone. Payne skates back into his own end, plays it circle to circle. Thrown up the boards and turned back in deep. Raybald comes out to play it up the far side boards. Passed up by Haitala. Here's an opportunity from the left circle. It's deflected up and out of play. Charlie, what do you expect to see from these two teams tonight? Kind of an up-and-down season for both, but both, when they're playing well, as good as any in the state.
Well, the thing I'm looking at right now is in goal for Prior Lake. You've got a guy in Kajowski who hasn't played very much. You mentioned Shotbell with a concussion. This is a big test. He is a senior, but a big test against one of the top teams in the state.
Duluth East goes point to point, up the near side boards. Greyhounds control, thrown on net. There's a save initially, and it's played out back to the point. Unable to control it there is Carson Cochran. He's forced to retreat back into his own end, and he plays it over for Garrett Johnson. Greyhounds regain the zone, thrown on net, patted aside comfortably again by Kajowski. Into the left wing corner. As Prior Lake tries to escape the zone. A minute gone by, first period here. Shots 2-0 in favor of Duluth East as the puck is lifted up and out of play.
A couple nice early stops there for Zimski, or pardon me, on Zimski by Kajowski. Looked like the second chance. Zimski fumbled a little bit. He might have had a better opportunity on the rebound, but good for a goaltender who hasn't played a whole lot to get in the game early, and those are shots that'll get you into the game.
No question about it, as the draw will come out in the right circle of the Prior Lake zone. And off the draw, it's played into the corner and back out to the point. Well, it didn't quite get there, as Prior Lake will dump it back to center. Backhanded cross corner, and giving chase there, Sam Emmerich. Played out to the left circle in a board battle as Jonathan Jones is in there. Out to the left point. Played back in deep. Jones tracks it down. He goes corner to corner. Out to the high slot. That shot blocked down nicely by Preston Lindblom. And now Lindblom tries to skate it out. It's thrown back in as Duluth East changes on the fly. And Prior Lake tries to get out of their own zone. Helped back along by Colin Tushy. And in deep. Up the near side boards. Greyhounds control. Ryder Donovan, the leading scorer for this Greyhounds team. Duluth East forced to touch up as Prior Lake controls in left circle. Dangerous backhanded pass, and it's turned over. Back out to the neutral zone. Haitala sends it back in, but the play is whistled offside.
Yeah, nearly a suicide pass there from Laz Cable. 3 black jerseys really in between him and his target. He's got to look elsewhere, wide up the wall. So far, all the action in the Prior Lake zone. This ice certainly tilted Duluth East's way, which is something that we might have expected coming in. This is a top 10 team. It's a struggling Prior Lake group.
Judding and Jeanette take the draw. It's won by Prior Lake, and at their blue line, that pass knocked down at center ice. Battle for it in the neutral zone. And the puck is iced. Yeah, and you talked about it with a new goaltender, sometimes a goaltender that hasn't had a ton of varsity reps. Getting those early saves, seeing the puck, that's got to be critical for a goaltender's confidence.
That, and also seeing that your team is out there playing for you. Saw Lindholm block a shot up high on that last shift. That's a scenario. The shot was coming from straight on, right down the middle. That's when you expect your goaltender will be able to see, but he's still out there trying to block it. A little extra effort with a new goaltender in there from the 5 skaters in front of him.
Draw one back and taken by Haitala. Played around the boards for Lyle Jr. Kept in at the right point and thrown back in deep off the end boards. Frederick Payne couldn't quite clear it. Now it's a battle along the near side boards. Haitala rink wide, skated onto, and chipped in deep. 14:07 to play first period. Still scoreless between Duluth East and Prior Lake. It's played around the boards and skated onto by Lyle Jr. Into the corner, Donovan. Lyle Jr. cycles it back for Donovan, goal line extended. He skates it back to the point, keeps it in the zone momentarily, and then it's flung down the ice by Prior Lake. And you're right, Charlie, absolutely. The ice very clearly tilted in favor of the red and black at this point.
Well, a player like Donovan's on the ice, probably will be. He's maybe the top player in the state of Minnesota, at least among draft-eligible players, senior players. And he's a guy that can really drive the action. Of course, he's a cause celeb for the folks who don't think you should ever go play junior hockey because he spurned the junior ranks to stay here in high school and wherever you fall on that side of the debate.
Matt Beattie gains the zone centering pass, looking for Will Magnuson, but it got tipped on the way through. Beattie in a board battle down there with Cochran. Prior Lake comes out centering pass once more. It's deflected and skated out by Duluth East. Greyhounds exit the zone and dump it in deep. Jones, and a big check delivered by David Holliday as the puck goes back down in the Duluth East end, and it's handled behind his own net by Raybold.
The wake-up call there from Holliday, but he's got to be careful. That was very close to an interference. He didn't show a whole lot of interest in the puck, which was right next to him. If he'd played that, he might have had a walk-in.
Lindblom plays it around. Raybold, very aggressive coming out of his net. He plays it around the boards, and his team exits the zone. Backhanded in as Zimski gives chase into the corner. Judding helps it along corner to corner. Good forecheck here. Up the near side boards. Still kept in as the pressure continues. Zimski in the right corner. This is Fitzgerald. Tape-to-tape pass. Thrown on net. Puck loose in front. It's backhanded out as Haitala sent it in from the right point. And EJ will skate back after it into his own zone. Plays it up the near side boards. Big collision at center ice. Good check delivered by Ty Traxel, one of the starting first defensive pair for Prior Lake. Helped in by Jeanette. And now giving chase. Played corner to corner. Erickson hits a Prior Lake Laker on the way through. Rung around, giving chase Donovan behind the net. Cashmark plays it up and lifts it out of the zone. And we have a collision on the other end as the play continues. It's glove down, but not able to be controlled by Erickson. Helped out of the zone. And Donovan avoids a check at the blue line. Erickson. And Donovan in the near side board battle. Coming out with it, Kobe Kimmis. Kimmis tied up by Haitala into the left wing corner. Haitala plays it up for Erickson. Now it's thrown up and out of play by Will Magnuson.
Physical tempo has picked up really since that hit that we saw in the zone that came earlier from Holiday. A lot of players taking their shots that time at Donovan. Neutralized just to let him know you're there. He's such a big body forward. You've got to play physical with him if you can.
Yeah, he and Jonathan Jones. Jones standing 6'4". So a lot of big bodies on this Greyhounds team as the puck's deflected up and it bounds into the Duluth East zone, right corner. Run around the boards for Jones.
Sorry, Bill. Duluth East always seems to have a theme to their team. It's not always the same. Some years they have big teams, some years they have fast teams, some years they have ultra-skilled teams, but they always seem to have these groups that have similar traits. And whatever they do, it's working because Mike Randolph always seems to win.
Now, Randolph, one of the legendary coaches in Minnesota high school hockey, without a doubt. Played around for Jones, who skates onto it and exits the zone. Helped back in by Logan Anderson. Anderson, backhanded looking for Jones, and he whiffed on the shot. Judding now controls, avoids a check, and goes from right to left. His shot skated down by Jack Fitzgerald, so the forecheck continuing to put pressure on this Prior Lake team. Played at the blue line. Back, and Ty Traxel forced to retreat. 10-10 left to play first period. 3-0 shots in favor of Duluth East. Another big check in the neutral zone. It's sent in deep to the right corner, and out of his net to play it is Kajowski. Kept in at the line momentarily by Garrett Johnson. Now skating onto it, Jackson Judding. Judding down the left wing. Gives it for Cashmark, who fires it on net. Raybold makes a nice blocker save, but we have a penalty coming up on, I believe, Duluth East.
It's going to be on Duluth East as Judding was trying to swap places there with Cashmark. Somebody clipped his leg, and they're going to get a tripping call here. We'll see who gets it.
And it looks like it is going to be Carson Cochran. Yeah. So Duluth East takes the first penalty, and Prior Lake goes on the power play. The Lakers 20.3% power play this year. Traxel just outside the right circle, has it stolen by Donovan. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity for Duluth East. There's a shot on net right into the midsection of Kajewski.
Well, I think if Duluth East had that 2-on-1 to do over again, they might have done a little more passing because not only was it a 2-on-1, but Judding was the only man back. So you've got a forward back there trying to play the 2-on-1. Not a comfortable spot for him. Taking the early shot outside the circles with a goaltender challenging. That's a bit of a let-up for the Lakers. A big break there for Prior Lake.
And his good positioning, too, as he came out high to cut down the angle of that shot. Duluth East wins the draw, however, as they will throw it in deep and retreat, continuing to kill time. Minute 39 on the power play. Duluth East this season killing 82% on the kill. As Will Magnuson circles back and plays it across and up the ice. Helped in as they regain the zone. Checked off Kobe Kimmis in the corner. Nathan Green tries to go short side, pulls it back. And good pressure defense by Frederick Payne to clear. Kept in by Will Magnuson and played around the boards. Nathan Green in there, tied up in the right wing corner. Now it's helped along for Cashmark. Board battle. Emerson whiffs on the shot, and it's played out by Fitzgerald.
Really aggressive penalty kill here by Duluth East. Same way they were forechecking when they were 5-on-5. This is a team that really believes they're the more skilled out there right now.
And that's a bad turnover as Jack Fitzgerald regains the zone and plays it in. And again, that just forcing Prior Lake to retreat. But yeah, no question about it, an aggressive forecheck, an aggressive penalty kill. And there's just 28 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Prior Lake as Judding will play it back near side. Laz Cable goes rink wide off the far side boards for Judding. Puts on the brakes. And the play was offside, and that can't make head coach Joe Pankratz happy.
I think the other thing that'll be frustrated with is the breakouts. Even when they were 5-on-5, Prior Lake just really having trouble getting anything going up the wall cleanly. And you saw about 4 or 5 passes there laterally with one-man forechecking, just trying to get out of the zone while on the power play. That really can't happen.
Right, you need to obviously win faceoffs as well. It helps when you're on the power play, as there's just 8 seconds remaining. Ty Traxel tries to keep it in but can't. Laz Cable regains the zone. Passes it across for Cashmark, and a nice save made by Raybold. Both teams back to full strength. Prior Lake, I don't believe, got a single shot other than that one. They got one shot on that power play.
It was questionable as to whether that one was on the power play or if it was 5-on-5.
There's a shot on net that goes harmlessly wide. Helped along by Nathan Green, but kept in the zone. Oh, nice opportunity looking down low for Holiday. And they couldn't quite connect. Up the near side boards and lifted out to center. Haitala throws it back in deep. Traxel skates onto it as Duluth East tries to touch up, but can't.
I believe they're going to call that an icing. It looked like it should have been.
Yes.
That pass was thrown from the wrong side of the red, and the official on the backside came in and helped out.
So the draw will come back down in the left circle of the Greyhound zone. Shots 4-2 in favor of Duluth East, as we are nearly 10 minutes gone by first period. Johnson in the corner. It's dug out by Prior Lake. Kimmis has it tied up in his skates. Cochran in there for support. He falls down. Donovan trying to get away from Kimmis. Plays it up for Lyle Jr. And now it's Duluth East struggling to exit the zone. Garrett Johnson plays it up the near side boards. Good pinch by Aiden Emerson. Deflected into the left wing circle, played off the near side boards. And Johnson helps it along, and now here's an opportunity. Lyle Jr. dekes to the outside. And he's angled to the boards, and a big collision by Lindblom. And Lyle Jr. is struggling to get up as Lindblom came over and laid a shoulder into him.
He might have got him up around the head, too. That'll be interesting to see how many minutes go up on the board here for Preston Lindholm.
Yeah, will it be a major or just a 2-minute minor? Refs discussing it at center ice. Elbowing, I believe, will be the call.
Just going to give him 2.
Yep.
He hit him up high, and that's the thing that you wonder about. When you get those head contact shots, they might add a few more, but I think they say it was low enough. Maybe the head more hitting the boards than the elbow hitting the head. Not that that feels any better.
Nope, off the draw. First power play opportunity for Duluth East, fired on net, right into the breadbasket of Kajowski.
I like the way Kajowski tracked that puck all the way across. That's a set play off the draw for Duluth East. They want to get Donovan, a lot like the Capitals use Alex Ovechkin. Put him over the top of that left circle, right-hand shot, let him wind up, and he stayed right with it and really just ate the shot up.
Payne keeps it in the zone after it was won by Prior Lake and sent around. Traxel gets hit, but delivers it around the edge. Donovan sends it back as Donovan and Fitzgerald exchanging passes. Payne chips, tries to keep it in, but can't.
Prior Lake doing the same thing that Duluth East did when they were on the penalty kill. Very aggressive, attacking the puck. This is a unit that's not done all that well this year statistically.
No, just 70.6% on the penalty kill. 120 left on the power play as Duluth East regroups and breaks out. Payne speeding through center ice. He will ring it around into the right wing corner. Pinned up against the near side boards. Fitzgerald checks off Traxel. Kept in by Payne at the right point. He gets to the high slot, fires it wide of Kajewski's net. 5:10 left in the first period and 52 seconds on the man advantage. Nathan Green wards off a check, and now a potential shorthanded opportunity. Green from above the right circle, bounding puck loose on the slot. Green sweeps it forward and misses the net somehow. Raybold was down and scrambling, but fortunately for Duluth East, as they change on the fly, it remains a 0-0 game.
I think that one hit squarely off the post. If that first shot had gone in, I don't know if it would have counted. It looked like it might have been bumped in with a leg or maybe a hand. And Raybold actually stopped, but that just set up a better chance.
Yeah, that rebound was loose and waiting for a Lakers stick, but now Raybold will leave it for his teammate with just 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Shots 5-4 now, as Prior Lake has actually gotten more shots on this power play than Duluth East has. Back to full strength, 5-on-5 hockey as Johnson breaks out with it. Long outlet pass helped into the zone by Erickson. Left for Kimmis. Whiffed on the pass, and that is turned over as it's sent around the boards by Anderson. Taken there by Cable. Goal line extended, now an opportunity for Duluth East. Johnson wants a slap shot that hits someone on the way through. Near side boards, there's a broken stick on the ice. The puck bounds up in the air. Johnson plays it high up the boards into the corner. Anderson checked off by Traxel with 3:40 to play, first period. Traxel out for Lindblom. He's pinned up against the boards by Lyle Jr. Held back in the zone, centering pass lifted up and above the goal by Lyle Jr. Still on it. Johnson can't keep it in the zone, which allows Prior Lake to change.
Great play there by Colin Tush. He still didn't have a stick, but he was able to tie up the stick of Lyle, not allow him a point-blank backhand chance right in front. I think that's why he shot it over.
Whatever it takes, right, Charlie? That's the defenseman's edict. Pass played corner to corner. Prior Lake able to get it out of the zone. Brian Kahlberg helps it in. Nick Speltz into the left wing corner, pinned up against the boards. Puck loose in front, backhanded toward the end boards. Centering pass again by Kahlberg. And the puck slides back to center. Will Magnuson at his own line. Skates through the neutral zone. Throws it on net. Raybold. Not sure if he's injured or what, but he does look shaken up.
That one took a short hop on him, and it came inside the pad, and it's probably a soft spot in there, either right below the thigh, right at the top of the knee, or a little higher up, we'll say, in a more sensitive spot. Those pucks, they'd bounce up on you like that. You're not expecting it. First of all, he's lucky it didn't go in. Second, hope he's all right, because those can really sting.
Yeah, it looks like he's maybe working on that right leg. But it was just a bounding puck, Charlie, that took a funny hop.
Anything that short hops in front of you like that kind of in-between baseball hop. Now imagine that with a flat puck. It's going to skip any number of directions, and he was trying to stick it to the corner. It's a play goalies make all the time, but it just bounced in the perfect place. Almost took a little bit of a right turn on him and almost went through the 5-hole.
And well, this is why they say, when in doubt, put it on net, right? Ty Traxel at the left point. Throws it on net through traffic, doesn't get all the way through. Haitala up off the glass, jutting. Battling with Erickson in the left wing corner. Green in there for support as both top lines are out there with 2:17 left first period.
Like the way that Prior Lake has come back in this period early on, first few minutes. They couldn't get out of their own zone. Been very opportunistic since. Even though they didn't do anything on the power play, it opened things up for them.
Prior Lake bench disagrees with that hand pass call. Jutting tried to just lay it down at his feet and get right to the high slot, but instead.
Well, I think the hand pass player in front of Jutting was trying to catch it and bring it down, tipped off his fingertips, went straight into the path of Jutting. If that's what they call, that's not a hand pass. It has to be an intentional scoop forward. If it just deflects off a hand and then you bring it down, that's fine. And that denied, obviously, the most dangerous player Prior Lake has, what would have been the best scoring chance of the game because there was nobody in front of him.
Garrett Johnson's pass. It's blocked down by Nathan Green. And now Prior Lake regains the zone. Sam Emmerich centering pass, and nothing but black and red jerseys there. Off the near side boards out to center ice. Collected there by Cashmark, who plays it in deep and goes for a change. Rayball up the near side boards for his teammate Cochran. Plays it around. Kept in by Lindblom. Cochran avoids the check of Matt Beattie. Jack Fitzgerald regains the zone. Backhands it. Past Kajowski's net. Into the right wing corner. Centering pass again. Nobody home this time. There's a shot through traffic off the. Kept in at the right point. High slot. Kajowski spills the rebound, but able to cover with 58.2 seconds left to play.
Well, Duluth East knows they're facing the backup goaltender too. They're shooting from all angles, just looking for anything. Kajowski tracking the puck pretty well, is getting a nice effort in front of him also. And Prior Lake, if they can clean up the breakout game in the second period, they'll be a very effective team, because that's really been the biggest problem for them, is getting out of their own zone when they've been stuck in there defensively.
Green for Jetting, who goes left to right to the high circle, right above the right circle. His shot deflected up into the protective netting. Well, Prior Lake, despite having a sub-500 record, winless in their last 3 games. They've won just 2 of their last 9, but they do have some nice wins this year, Burnsville and Rosemount. They play a very competitive schedule.
The South Suburban doesn't necessarily have the high-end teams this year, but it's really deep. And it's one of those conferences, any given night, it seems like anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Teams like Egan and Rosemount.
Both Lakeville teams. Burnsville is always dangerous.
Yeah, no, there's no question. There's not really that many bad teams.
Eastview would fit in that category as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it, as the puck's tied up in the right wing corner with 15 seconds left to play first period. Shots 6-5 in favor of Duluth East as they try to get one more crack at it. Ricky Lyle in there trying to dig it out. Sent out to Hightower. He throws it back down low. Lyle can't control the bounding puck as time expires here in the first period of play. Folks, want to remind you that FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze. Stay tuned. Batteries and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. After one period of play here at the Dakota Ice Center, we're scoreless. Duluth East and Prior Lake in a good one after one. We will head to the break and bring you second period action shortly right here on youthhockeyhub.com.
You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP. Reach for what works.
Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash when your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow. Just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
Back here at the Dakota Ice Center, Bill up alongside Charlie Beatty. And Charlie, after one period of play, it's still scoreless between Duluth East and Prior Lake, but that was a pretty entertaining back and forth first period of play.
It didn't start out that way. It looked like Duluth East was really going to hem Prior Lake in, but once they got the power play, that opened up Prior Lake's offense, just stretched the ice a little bit more. Even though they didn't do much with it, it evened the game out a little bit, and actually the best chances in that first period you'd have to give to Prior Lake. They're the ones that hit the post. They had a couple of close calls, one off of kind of a fluky shot from neutral ice that nearly bounced in on Raybold, but they did a nice job in front of their backup goalkeeper, Kajowski, and started to attack late in the period. This would be a huge win for Prior Lake if they could get it.
Yeah,
and they certainly did themselves good favors in really in the last 10 minutes of that first period.
Each team took a penalty in that period and successfully killed off that penalty. Shots were 6-5 in favor of the Greyhounds. I want to remind you this broadcast is brought to you by Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. So both teams back out on the ice, and we'll flip ends and do it again on a chilly, bitter cold Friday night. Chilly is putting it mildly out here in Prior Lake.
It's nights when you can come into the ice rink to warm up.
That's right.
By kind of a lot.
No question about it. But, yeah, Duluth East did control the pace of play for long periods, and Prior Lake struggled to get out of the zone. But I think you're right, absolutely. The Lakers had the better of the scoring chances.
But they did, as you mentioned, we talked about this in the first period, really struggled to get out of the zone. And in the second period with that long change, you really can't afford to do that again. They've got to be cleaner coming out.
Draw one back into the Prior Lake zone and played up the center ice. Frederick Payne sends it in deep. Green through the legs for Jutting. 2-on-2 back the other way. Raybold plays it to the corner. Cashmark checked off by Payne. Beautiful centering pass by Jutting, but couldn't find Cashmark. And meanwhile, player shaken up in the corner for Duluth East.
That's Donovan. He got tangled up with Cashmark, and Cashmark's legs came out from under him. I wonder if his foot came up and hit Donovan up high. Nothing either player could really do about it. Their legs just sort of clipped together. Donovan was behind Cashmark, and I think he might have gotten clipped up around the chin. Always scary when you get a skate coming up that high. You've seen some really gruesome stuff that way. It looks like that's not the case here, just a bump.
So both teams change lines as Jutting skates in to take this draw in the right circle. Wins it on back, played point to point. That shot weakly through and steered to the corner. That shot fired on net. Good pad save made by Raybold. Passing up for Fitzgerald. Backhanded along. Pass doesn't get all the way through. It's lifted up and out of the zone, and having to skate back and track it down is Cochran. Into the right wing corner. He turns right circle. Long outlet pass. Just outside the left circle, centering pass blocked down. Thrown off the far side boards by Cochran. Collected behind the Prior Lake net and sent up the boards for Kimmis. Kimmis chips it up and out of the zone. Bounding at center ice. And Prior Lake able to regain the zone. Here's an opportunity, short side. Good save by Raybold. Centering pass. And I believe the net became dislodged.
Just off the outside of the net there for Nick Speltz. And Prior Lake could get the first goal in this game. That would really jumpstart things. Again, you have to like the way they've picked up their tempo after a really sluggish start when they just couldn't get out of the back end. They look like the better hockey team out there right now.
Duluth East wins the draw back behind their own net. Rung up the boards. Not a lot of mustard on that pass, though. Greyhounds play it out to center. 2-0 shots in favor of Prior Lake as they play it around. It avoids the stick of Raybold into the right wing corner. Played out at the blue line. And a good job by Jonathan Jones to ward off that check. But it's turned over, and the Lakers try to exit the zone. Turned over again, Jones. And we have a delayed penalty coming up.
Going to be on Jones. And we've seen a lot of hits that have been a little bit too far away from the puck. That time I think it was just a little late from Jones as he wiped out a defender behind the net. Did like you said, he did everything well up until that point. But a penalty about as far away from your net as you can possibly get behind your attacking net. Coaches hate that. Now Prior Lake with another chance.
Judding, draw into the corner for Speltz. Out to the right point, back to Judding. Kind of fans on the shot, doesn't get much on it. Interference the call at 1:34, goal line extended. Good stick by Payne. Prior Lake controls, circle out to Judding, just a bit behind him. Plays it to the right circle. There's off the post from the slot. Cable rang the post. Tied up on the near side boards and cleared back down ice.
Well, that's a post count of 2 now for Prior Lake, and that one was certainly loud from Cable. About as good a shooting chance as you're going to get. 10 feet out, face on with the goaltender in the low slot. He'll want that one back.
That was a point-blank opportunity and a really well-worked play to get Cable that open shot as Payne has it in the right wing corner, digs it out, skates it over to the left, turned over. Centering pass, Speltz all alone. He's got to reach behind him. And Speltz had to reach behind him, and that kind of threw off his rhythm as he really couldn't get any power behind that shot. Raybold ultimately able to cover. 58 seconds left on the power play.
Charlie Erickson doing a nice job there. Took the man, not the puck in that situation. Just made sure he moved Speltz out of the crease, not allowed Raybold to cover up.
Draw one by Beatty. Back to Beatty at the left point. He plays catch with Nathan Green, who circles and will go rink wide for Aiden Erickson. Back to Beatty, left circle. Winds up as if to take the shot. Instead, he'll send it over to Will Magnuson from the high slot. His shot driven down. Into the right wing corner. Circling with it. Green out to the left point. Over to Will Magnuson above the right circle. His shot deflected up into the protective netting by Jeanette.
A great puck movement by Prior Lake with that second unit out there. Judding was doing a nice job quarterbacking the first unit. That time Magnuson in that same spot. And the big chance that he found Beatty on that far side, and he never took the shot. I was a little surprised. He kind of backed himself into a worse angle, and then he couldn't take it. He fires that first time. You don't know what could happen.
Judding wins the draw. Back to Cable at the point. Cable down low. Finds Green, who avoids the defender. Back to Judding. Skates to the high slot. Now back to Green through traffic. Doesn't reach Raybold. Payne down to the ice. And it's rung around, I believe, by Haitala, forcing Prior Lake to retreat back and reset. Traxel at his own line. Team's back to full strength as Prior Lake is 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Green in there with Jones, looking for Judding in the right circle. He can't backhand it in. And it's played on out to center ice by the Greyhounds. Rink wide pass skated onto by Logan Anderson, or by Jonathan Jones, beg your pardon. And finally, Kajowski able to grab it and hang on.
Nice little stick play there by Jones. That puck was never not bouncing 3-4 feet off the ice. First he knocked it down, then he whacked it out of the air. It's a tricky puck for a goalkeeper to handle.
And if you're Jones, you really want to put in a good shift there coming out of the box after you've committed a penalty, and he was active. Draw one back, it's Cable. Skates behind his own net and passes it out for Kimmis. Played back in by Duluth East. Cable, again looking for Kimmis high off the glass and back down into the Duluth East end. Rung around the boards for Donovan. Donovan for Johnson. Now it's the Greyhounds who are sort of struggling to clear their zone. Lyle helped it out for a moment, but then it was played back in as Raybold leaves it here for Cochran. Off the near side boards. Cable checks off Lyle. And it's lifted back and up and out of play. 8-7 shots in favor of Prior Lake. And more importantly, 3-1 in this period. And what a difference that second power play from the first one, even though it didn't result in a goal for Prior Lake. A lot of more shot opportunities, a lot more puck possession in the attacking zone.
And that's the key thing in that first power play. Duluth East was able to chase them all over the ice, never really let them get set up. They were set up for pretty much the entire 2 minutes. in that second power play chance. And you mentioned the 3 shots does not include the best one, which hit the pipe.
Board battle in the right corner between Michael Sutherland and Preston Lindholm. Skated out by Duluth East. Lifted up and out of play. Duluth East finished second in state last year, falling to Minnetonka in the state title game. So it's a program with great history, a lot of success, and many people expect them to see Andover in the section title game again this year.
Probably. I can't imagine it wouldn't be those 2 teams, and that'll be an interesting game. Duluth East really breaking Andover's hearts in overtime last year in that section final, and they've dominated that Section 7, but Andover's been coming on the last couple of years, so it's going to be a little bit more open, I think.
Andover turned the favor in the regular season earlier this year as they beat Duluth East in overtime. Big check delivered at center ice and forcing the turnover. Johnson plays it up. Now an odd man opportunity. Centered, and a good stick back checking from behind to force the turnover. Not much on the shot there, and a great job by Lindholm. Back checking his way and forcing not much on the shot from Holiday. Played cross ice, and I believe that's going to be an icing.
They didn't actually give Duluth East a credit for a shot there, which it did look like in the end Kajowski made a save. But like you said, because of the stick work of Lindholm, it wasn't nearly the save he thought he was going to have to make.
And that's the necessity of having players that play 2 ways. Can score for you and defend. Back check. Dug out and played across for Cashmark. Well, good stick to knock it free by Payne, one of the senior leaders on this team for Duluth East. He plays it back. Haitala misses it, has to go retreat near sideboards. Plays it up for Traxel, who lifts it back in the zone. Glove down by Haitala. Along his line, he walks it across and plays it for Payne. Cashmark dumps it back in and gives chase. Cashmark with Green in there for support. It's rung around. Traxel can't keep it, or Traxel does keep it in. Shot doesn't get all the way through. Played up the near sideboards. Cable can't keep it out of his zone. Big collision at center ice as Cashmark chases the loose puck. Haitala on it in his right circle. Off the near sideboards. Lyle, cross ice pass. Skated onto by Donovan to the right circle. Sharp angle shot goes wide. And deflects all the way down as Payne walks the line, plays it through center ice. Judding skates onto it. Judding gains the zone, centering pass, and couldn't find Brian Kahlberg. Now turned over, Cable, down low. Backhanded to the slot, Cable recovers it again, high slot. Good shot block by Fitzgerald. And now Duluth East comes back the other way. Jeanette gains the zone from above the right circle. Good save made by Kajowski. Cable backhands it along. It's sent up and gloved down nicely by Sutherland in the neutral zone. Kimmis, or rather that's Speltz, helped back in the zone. And now on his horse chasing after it is Kimmis. It's rung around to the near sideboards. Speltz on the forecheck, and it's played back out. And collected by Wade Winter, the aptly named Wade Winter. Skating onto it here, Matt Beatty. Gets to the high slot. Beatty makes a nice move, but can't quite load up for the shot. And he cycles it down low. Played behind the net by Duluth East and out of the zone.
That's been the story of the night for both teams. Everything but that last little piece that you need to put the puck in the back of the net.
Board battle with Tushy and Sutherland. Gets back in the Duluth East zone, and then it's quickly lifted out where Holiday will chase after it. Rung around as Winter takes a big check and the end boards.
That was Jonathan Jones again. He's a big kid. He's really throwing it around tonight.
It's a big kid, not afraid to deliver, bring the physicality. Very even game thus far. Shots even at 8 apiece, and we're still scoreless. More than midway through this second period of play. 8:06 left in the second. And you're right, there have been a lot of build-up to opportunities, but whether it's hitting the post or not quite getting anything on the shot, neither team has really forced either netminder to make a great save.
Yeah, there's just been a handful of really big chances, but the 2 posts for Prior Lake really the ones that stick out the most.
Joe Pankratz consulting with the referees.
Not sure what this might be about.
Ultimately, we'll be back to action with the draw coming in the neutral zone. And it's won back cleanly by Prior Lake and played up high off the glass. Judding chases after it into the right wing corner, but can't get there before icing is called.
Well, there's no hybrid icing in a high school game. Judding, I think, probably wishes there was right there. He was the first one onto it, and he's gotten better and better as this game goes along. His first couple shifts, he didn't really affect the game that much. Very noticeable, really, once Prior Lake started coming into the game, especially on the power play where he was really directing traffic from the point after winning faceoffs.
Traxel skates onto it in the right wing corner. Checked off by Lyle. And it's skated out as Prior Lake exits the zone. Judding, centering. Nobody home. Pass was cut out by Donovan. Long outlet pass as Lyle puts it on Kajowski's net, and he wisely gloves it and hangs on. That bounding puck, Charlie, I mean, as a goalie, what are you thinking when it's coming toward your net and you're seeing jerseys?
I like what Kajowski did right there. Just make sure you play it. If it's going to be a baseball hop, play it like a baseball hop. Use the glove. Get your body behind it, but get the glove down there and smother it. That one was a little bit easier than the one that Raybold had to deal with, so let's be fair.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Helped along by Will Magnuson as he clears it, but not out. Back in deep behind the Prior Lake net. Off the near side boards and out. Kahlberg whiffs on the pass. Fitzgerald checked off. Duluth East regains the zone as Jeanette chases after it. Sharp angle shot. Good save made by Kajowski. Centering pass. Nobody home. Johnson doesn't get all the way through as he hammers it from the right point. Puck tied up in the right wing corner. Back for Johnson. Point to point for Cochran. He throws it on net. And it hits Will Magnuson on the way through. He lifts it high up off the glass and back down.
No, an icing there, but that's one in the second period. There's no real penalty for icing the puck in the high school game, so you might as well do it. You're hemmed in. Get it out of there. Get yourself a line change. Get some fresh bodies out there.
Right. Live to fight another day, right? Because you can regroup, and that's what we often see teams do after an icing.
Well, how many times do you see a team tired and they try to get the puck out in any kind of cute fashion, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in your own zone for another few more minutes. Your goaltender has to make a few more saves, and eventually you break down.
Prior Lake was offside on that last play, so face-off will be taken right in front of their bench with 6:38 left. Second period. In a defensive tussle here tonight at the Dakota Ice Center. Played back to center ice and hammered in deep by Emmerich. Raybold comes out to help it along up the near side boards. Skated out by Ryder Donovan, who's checked off by Emmerich. Oh, a great stick to knock it free. Beautiful stick by Wade Winter, who controls it. Rings around the boards. A diving defensive attempt by Winter. Up to the blue line. Tushy gains the zone. Above the left circle. Right into the gut of Raybold.
Now Tushy all alone there, and that's a shot where you're half expecting to score. Maybe not even half expecting to score, but if you're all alone, your team's changing behind you, put it on net, make the goalkeeper hold it, get yourself an offensive zone draw. No downside to that shot by Tushy.
Or, worst case, he saves it to the corner and wings come in and battle in the corner.
Exactly. At least make the goalkeeper work, especially in a game like this where the shots have been so few and far between.
Cashmark. Just outside the left circle. Donovan circling away from pressure. Leaves it for Payne. Tallis backhands it along out of the zone. Donovan skates onto it above the left circle. Toe drags his way through down low. He turns back at the left wing corner. The defensive pressure by Laz Cable to thwart that drive. Judding leaves it for Cable. For Cashmark. Nice outlet pass. Bounding puck as Nathan Green leaves it. Oh, and a great job defensively to lift the stick, and we have a whistle and a stoppage in play as there's a collection of bodies in the Duluth East crease.
Well, we've seen so many players get tangled up and just stay tangled up in this game. There's been a lot of fighting off the puck, and there it ended up as bowling for dollars into the Duluth East goal.
Neither team really giving an inch defensively and contesting every inch of this ice.
I don't think there has been a hit tonight that players could make that they didn't make, and sometimes it's been at the expense of playing the puck.
Well, speaking of playing the puck, Charlie Erickson, a great stick in the slot there to force the turnover, and he was starting to exit the zone before the whistle stopped play. Off the draw, Duluth East plays it around into the left wing corner. Board battle, Aiden Erickson in there as the Lakers try to keep it in the zone. Thrown on Raybald's net or sent in deep off the end boards. Right wing corner. Batted around by Jeanette, who skates onto it. Evades a defender and leads the break. Jeanette through center ice. Regains the zone, leaves it for Cochran, who throws it on net as Jeanette was crashing. Jeanette skates after the loose puck, plays it back for Cochran at the point. He sends it over to the right for Johnson, whose shot goes wide. Board battle in the left corner on the near side as Fitzgerald in there for support. Fitzgerald and Zimski. Fitzgerald backhands it toward the front of the net, but no one was home, or no one other than Brian Kahlberg anyway. And now we have a delayed penalty coming up. Kajowski trying to get off the ice for the extra attacker, but he doesn't make it before the penalty, and whistle stops play.
That'll be Jeanette going for a stick lift, turned it into a hooking penalty. And another one taken in the offensive zone by Duluth East.
Their third penalty tonight and their second of the second period. So now we'll see if Prior Lake can take advantage. They're 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. But they had an excellent man advantage last opportunity. Cable gets to the front. Tight angle shot is blocked down and saved. Cable regains the puck, skates behind the net. Out to the left point. Hammered, a good shot block. That shot block swallowed the shot as the near side board battle ensues just outside the right circle. It's kept in and played back in deep by Jackson Judding. Rung around, Ty Traxel coming down from the left point for support. Nice job by Speltz in there for support as well as Payne plays it for Traxel. And now it's skated out in Duluth East. Tries to get something cooking. Donovan toe dragging his way to the net. Donovan as Judding in there for defense. Traxel comes back for support as well to take the puck. 1:06 left in the penalty.
How about that for a little showpiece? Two best players on the ice there, one-on-one.
Cashmark trying to dipsy-do his way to the net as well. Back for Judding. Sharp angle shot, and what a save by Raybold.
That went right off the mask. And Judding got that shot away quickly, and Raybold, I mean, that shot's from pretty far out, right along the wall, and it looked like it caught him by surprise. That's how much heat was on that thing.
Raybold, if he wasn't awake, he is now. 11-10 shots in favor of Duluth East as Prior Lake regains the zone. Checked off there. Matt Beatty circles back. Goal line extended. Back for Beatty. Plays it across for Will Magnuson. His shot blocked down nicely by Erickson. Another shot from just outside the right circle. Somehow stays in play. Wind and through the rebound loose in front. Traxel digging at it. And ultimately, Raybold able to cover, but he spilled the initial rebound, and Prior Lake did have men there.
Well, like you said, there's two ricochets there that helped Prior Lake. That first shot that was blocked by Magnuson kicked straight over to Beatty. And then the second one that was blocked hit the top of the glass, and it might have hit actually one of the connector pieces that hold the glass together. And you said it somehow kept that puck in play, and Duluth East was scrambling side to side.
Aiden Emerson getting some heat on that shot. He has the puck once more, throws it above the net. Back down low. Will Magnuson comes up from the point for support. Goal line extended, a sharp angle shot, and he scores! Will Magnuson, I don't know how he scored from that angle. It was goal line extended practically, but Prior Lake scores on the power play, and they take a 1-0 lead.
We said it all first period long, and all second, shoot the puck. And that one was from no angle at all for Magnuson. And it just looked like Raybould never really had himself flush against the post. He just never really turned to face the puck and hit him right on the outside of his left leg and snuck in.
And you know, the pressure builds for Prior Lake. The last power play, they looked great. This power play, they kept it in the zone, fired rubber at Raybould's net, and it finally resulted in a well-earned goal for the Lakers.
First of the year for Magnuson as well. And it looked like one of the players grabbed the puck, which might mean it might be the first of Magnuson's career.
So it is Magnuson from Speltz and Kahlberg. For Kahlberg, his 5th assist of the season. Speltz, his 7th helper. Time of the goal, 14:47 for Prior Lake. So late second period, Lakers take a lead. Now out shooting Duluth East 13-11.
Those last 2 power plays, both power plays in this period, just spectacular work by Prior Lake, and you finally saw it pay off. It's probably the only shot they took on the power play that wasn't really a scoring chance, but it went in.
So after hitting a couple posts, Prior Lake finally gets a little luck, and well-deserved goal at that. Spinning opportunity is taken right back by Duluth East with 1:33 left in the period. Sent in deep, and Payne crunched along his blue line.
Yeah, and he took a high shot at whoever was trying to hit him. It was kind of a hit or be hit situation, but it looked like he extended his right arm and got the stick out there, and that's why the fans were up.
Well, it looks like Payne will likely go, and we are just seeing Charlie Cashmark get to his skates. Well, and there's still a player down as Cashmark came over. We can't see it from our angle.
Cashmark was checking on the player that is down. I'm not sure who it was that was trying to hit him, but it looks like he's popping up now.
He is, and it's Laz Cable, who was the recipient of that check from Payne. And so Payne will go to the box. Cable skates off under his own power, which is always good to see. And that's a major penalty. So for the remaining 1:26 of this second period and the first 3:34 of the second period, of the third period rather, Duluth East will have to kill a major penalty. Prior Lake will have an opportunity to increase their lead.
We'll see what the official call is, because it certainly looked like that's the head contact thing again. I mean, he stuck his arm out, and it might have been more of a cross-check situation, but at least the right arm hit Cable in the head. It was interesting when Cable was skating off, he was doubled over like it was his midsection that was bothering. I'm wondering if he went down and actually got himself in the stomach with his own stick, which is actually where the injury came in.
Regardless, Frederick Payne sits in the penalty box.
He's a big part of the power play too, Cable. He's the guy that hit the post earlier. Big body sits right in front of that net.
5-minute major for Frederick Payne for head contact. Jutting in the slot, plays it off the near side boards. Right in front. And a nice save as Green regains his own shot. Sharp angle shot through traffic. Raybould scrambling as the puck is loose in front, and it's lifted up and back down the ice.
I think Nathan Green didn't realize how much time he actually had. Just sort of turned and swatted that shot at the goalkeeper. Didn't really get a lot on it, but he didn't have anybody on him. He could have collected that puck, gotten more steam on the shot if he'd known what was around him or what wasn't around him.
Cashmark plays it up the near sideboards for Traxel. It's out of the zone, and Jutting forced to skate back to neutral ice. Traxel can't get it out of his skates. Puck taken back by Cashmark. And he lifts it high up into the far corner and gives chase. Takes an awkward bounce, and Cashmark skates back onto it. Back for Traxel. Over for Jutting, right point. 23 seconds left in the period. 3:56 remaining on the major. In the right corner, Speltz. Over for Jutting. To the Magnuson, he shoots it off the end boards. It's collected once again by Speltz with 8 seconds left. Jutting can't control the puck. There's through traffic, and Magnuson nearly scores. Speltz plays it corner to corner, but nobody's there as time expires. Prior Lake takes advantage of a couple power play opportunities, and they score on the power play to take a 1-0 lead heading to the second intermission. I want to remind you folks that FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. A power play goal late in the second period has Prior Lake on top of Duluth East at home here after 2 periods of play, 1-0. You're watching high school boys hockey on youthhockeyhub.com.
You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP, reach for what works. You know what?
Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash when your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow. Just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, splash, splash. Apply a little splash when your windshield's getting dirty. Just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash. Splash, splash.
Back here in Prior Lake, ready to start our third and final period of regulation play from the Dakota Ice Center. Bill Hupp alongside Charlie Beatty. And Charlie, it's been a really back and forth entertaining game of hockey so far, but Prior Lake really controlled the pace of play in that second period, out shooting Duluth East 8-5, and they have a 13-11 shot advantage, and they lead on the scoreboard 1-0.
Yeah, well, the thing that Duluth East didn't do in that second period was keep all 5 guys on the ice. And, of course, they ended with a major power play going the other way as well. And that really broke up any kind of rhythm they could get going offensively. This is going to be a huge 3.5 minutes for them to try to kill this off to stay in this game.
Traxel up for Speltz, who gains the zone. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on the major to Payne, who sits in the box for Duluth East. Judding in the high slot, fanned on the shot. Down low. Centering pass blocked down by Johnson. Plays it up the boards and out, but only as far as Judding. Judding back in his high slot, plays it up, and the puck is deflected up off the stick of Cashmark and out of play. Three minutes and 2 seconds left on the Payne major. And obviously in a power play situation as well, winning the draw just can set you up on the breakout, and Prior Lake able to do that again as Traxel ices the puck unintentionally.
Judding's doing a fantastic job on the draws, and I can't remember if I've ever seen a player who takes the draw and then drops back to the point. Quarterback a power play.
Jackson Judding heading to Colorado College next season. 52 goals and 64 assists in his illustrious career for the Lakers. He wins yet another draw, and Traxel leads the breakout. Cross ice for Judding at center ice. He gains the zone, throws it high off the far boards. Played around to the left wing corner. Kept in by Traxel at the point. Deflects off of Cable's stick. Good to see him back on the ice. Judding throws it in deep and around. Cashmark skates onto it on the right half wall. Traxel off the skate and up and out of play. That's one way to keep it in.
Or not, as the case may be, but Duluth East doing a lot better job on this power play, going back to what they did in the first period, really attacking the puck. Prior Lake hasn't been able to get settled yet. Here they've killed off about a minute of what they've had to deal with, minute 8 into this third period.
Second power play unit out there as Beatty skates in to take the draw against Jeanette, just in front of the Duluth East bench. Puck slides back to center. Hammered back into the Prior Lake zone, and Will Magnuson forced to retreat back behind his own net. 2:10 left on the man advantage. 15:33 left in the hockey game. It's backhanded in deep, and chasing onto it is Beatty. Left wing corner, out to the point. Emerson across. Shot deflected down by Jeanette. Hammered around and kept in by Magnuson. Great opportunity, right wing circle, and deflected up and out of play by Raybold.
His best save of the night. It really looked like Nathan Green had a lot of time to think about that one. Walking in, there was nobody coming to help, and Raybold just sort of stared him down. Stayed steady, that's the thing. A lot of goalkeepers, when they see that, start worrying about movement. They start moving, opens things up. He stayed there, stared him straight on, made himself big.
Off the draw, it's rung around the boards to the near side. Will Magnuson forced to retreat back to his own zone to chase after this. Kajowski leaves it for him behind his own net. Duluth East using that aggressive kill to kill off nearly 2 minutes of penalty time thus far in the third period. Board battle in the right wing corner between a pair of number 9s. Nathan Green loses it out to the left point. Back to the right point for Will Magnuson, puts it on net. Backhand opportunity from the slot, jamming at it. It's caught in the pads of Raybold. Finally swept and cleared back down the ice by Duluth East.
Well, that last save that Raybold made was his best save of the game for about 10 seconds, because right there he just made a game saver. Not necessarily a save that is right out of the textbook. It's the old 2-pad stack, but that puck was bouncing around. He was able to track it and get over there to make the stop. And he's lucky, in a sense, that the shot was on the backhand of the Prior Lake player. If that's on a forehand, it's in the back of the net, and it's 2-0.
Off the draw. Played into the corner with just a minute left on the Payne major. for head contact. Cable, cross ice pass at center ice for Judding, who plays it in deep. Now they'll set up as the first unit power play back on the ice. Up the near side boards and down. Left for Judding behind his own net as he leads the Prior Lake breakout. Cross ice for Cable at center ice. He plays it around the boards. Judding into the right corner. Backhanded for Cable. A beautiful backhanded pass for Speltz, but he couldn't get anything on the shot. Judding from the high slot. Through traffic in front. Loose puck, and they score! Traffic in front led to the goal. We'll see who they give credit for. I believe it'll be Cashmark. And once again, Prior Lake scores on the power play.
One of those Cashmark if it was Cable in front of the net, but either way, the players that have been screening Raybould tonight for Prior Lake on these power play chances have really done a great job in there. I'm not sure if it hit the man that was trying to make the screen or if it hit the defender. Looked like it was Garrett Johnson in front of the net for Duluth East, but it hit off something and just leaked through Raybould.
We await the official announcement, but it's 2-0 Prior Lake, and both goals have come on the power play tonight.
You're right, it was Cashmark in front of the net, his goal.
Cashmark from Judding at 3:16 on the power play, and Prior Lake has to be feeling pretty good about their chances now. Shot deflected up into the protective netting, and how about this backup netminder for Prior Lake, part of a defense that's pitching a shutout right now.
Yeah, and he hasn't really had to do that much really in the last period. A lot of plays like that where Prior Lake's been able to get sticks on pucks on shots, and they've really protected him well, and he's made the saves when he's had to. What a killer goal that is for Duluth East. It's a lot like giving one up at the end of a period. They were about 10 seconds from killing off a 5-minute major power play, and now they find themselves down 2-0.
Cashmark and Judding, two of the better power play players for this Prior Lake team. Cashmark now 4 goals and 3 assists on the power play. Jackson Judding 3 goals and 10 assists on the man advantage.
Frederick Payne, you could see the frustration in that hit as he stood up one of the Prior Lake players at the blue line. Very legal play this time, of course, but not happy that he had to sit for the 5 minutes and watch his team give up that second goal.
And they nearly killed it off, too. That's deflected up into the corner off the shot from the right point. Sharp angle shot goes wide of Raybould's net. Winter throws it on net. It's deflected, passed by Speltz into the right wing corner. A lot of traffic in front for the Lakers. Fundamental hockey from Prior Lake.
Yeah, that time they had 3 bodies there available for the tip. And it was Nick Speltz that got a piece of it, sent it wide, but they're not making life easy for Raybould.
Cochran, long outlet pass, intercepted by Judding, who speeds down the left wing. And much to the chagrin of the crowd here at the Dakota Ice Center, the play is ruled offside.
Yeah, Kobe Kimmis was trying to get out of the zone on the far side, and it really looked like he did. They were almost on the blue line at the same time, but maybe because he wasn't all the way back out, they had to whistle it down. But what a read by Judding. That was a pass intended for Donovan. Judding's just such a heady hockey player out there. He's made a lot of little subtle plays like that all through the night.
12:20 remaining in the hockey game. 17-11 shots in favor of Prior Lake, and the Lakers lead on the scoreboard as well, 2-0. Lifted high up off the glass and out of the zone. Haitala tracks it back to the left corner and plays it up the near side boards. Traxel gives chase. Lyle, no icing as he tracks it down behind the net. Centering pass, got a man there from the high slot. It hits Cashmark on the way through. So not only is Cashmark scoring goals, but he's blocking shots as well. There's another opportunity in front. Haitala skates onto it outside the right circle. Intercepted by Green and played across for Cashmark. Payne tries to keep it in. Collision right in front of the Prior Lake bench. Puck loose in the high slot. Fitzgerald whacking at it. Judding takes it away. Outlets to center, but it's stolen back by Duluth East. Greyhounds at the line, play it up. And Erickson regains the zone. Plays it around. Cable lifts the stick. Cashmark whiffs on the pass. Now gets it back and lifts it up back to center ice.
Well, for Duluth East, I think you got to try to turn this thing into a pond hockey game, because right now it's really controlled, and Prior Lake's doing a nice job just keeping you out of those dangerous scoring areas.
Good greasy hockey by Ryder Donovan to keep that puck in the zone. Back to the right point, centering pass. Nobody home. Logan Anderson looking middle. And now it's going to be skated out by Lindholm. Prior Lake, 3-on-2 for the Lakers. Lindholm in the corner, puts on the brakes. He's got Will Magnuson down there for support. Tushy centering pass, no one there. It's taken back by Duluth East. Off the near side boards. And turned back over at center ice. Circle-to-circle pass for the Greyhounds. Skated onto by Fitzgerald. Good stick by Emerson to take it back. Emerson off the near side boards. Duluth East has to touch up. It's controlled by the Lakers. Behind their own net, 10-11 left in the game. Left in regulation anyway. Turned over at the blue line, Fitzgerald. Up for Erickson. Big collision on the near side boards between Lyle and Emmerich. Emmerich in the right wing corner. Off the near side boards. Itala couldn't get much on that pass. Cut out by Winter at the blue line. Call mark. And the play is whistled offside as that, I believe, went off the face mask of Raybold. And now some words exchanged just outside the left circle of the Duluth East zone.
Yeah, it's shot after the whistle by Nick Speltz, and that is a definite no-no. And he's maybe lucky that they only came over and talked to him. A lot of players are going to take a little more physical tone after a shot like that. Yeah, they're going to give him a penalty for it, and that's not surprising. It was late enough that you felt like he could hold up on that play, and it's all for the protection of goalkeepers.
Perhaps a frustration play by Speltz as they were looking to break, and so you wonder if Speltz did that, out of frustration.
Yeah, some guys just sort of kind of lose a little bit of the moment when there's a play like that. And you're right, there's a little moment of frustration. They just say, all right, I'm going to fire this puck. Well, it happened to hit the goalkeeper right in the face, and the thing you worry about there is that a goalkeeper hears the whistle, maybe goes for a drink of water, and that thing hits him in the back of the head.
Safety first, obviously, and so the draw will come out to the left of the Prior Lake goal.
We talked about it in the first period. The poor penalty killing so far this year for Prior Lake. They've been good tonight, but they don't want to give Duluth East any chances to get themselves back in the game with the man advantage.
So Cashmark goes for unsportsmanlike conduct, and Duluth East goes on the man advantage. 0 for 2 tonight. Payne avoids the check of Cashmark. I beg your pardon, it's actually Speltz in the box. Loose in front, and a nice job covering up the puck by Kajowski after he stopped the initial shot from Payne from the left point. Put it on net. The rebound was loose in front, and Kajowski controls it. 9:22 left in the game. 1:42 remaining on the power play. That's as good as Duluth East has looked all night off the draw. Trickles towards Kajowski's net, and he covers.
Charlie Erickson buzzing the tower a little bit there just to make sure the goalie's got a shutout going, knows you're there.
Anderson and Judding to do the honors. Traxel plays it around. Cashmark bats at it. Donovan over there as well. Payne retreats back to his right circle. Circling away from Judding, who's hard on the forecheck.
Another savvy play there by Judding. Didn't get the puck, but he killed about 5 extra seconds.
1:21 left on the power play. Payne at the right point. Again, evades a defender. Gets to the high slot. Payne making a move. He goes down. No call. Donovan skates onto it. Down low. Donovan turning. Circling. Out to the left point for Erickson. His shot gets blocked. And it's played out nicely from his knees by Kahlberg.
Yeah, Payne did a lot of things right there, but he just waited too long to take the shot. He had a lane, tried to make one extra move, and then all of a sudden it just closed up on him.
Well, he's done a nice job, though, from that left point, or from that right point, evading defenders and getting the shot on goal. 44 seconds left on the man advantage as it's cleared back down the ice. Raybold forced to leave it for Payne behind his own net as the Greyhounds change on the fly and regroup.
It just does not look like a team that's only killing 70% of its penalties this year. They have been very good shorthanded, making sure that Duluth East doesn't have a whole lot of time. Payne notwithstanding a few seconds ago.
Yeah, they have too many talented two-way players, you would think, to just kill that many, that few of penalties. But be that as it may, Fitzgerald plays it back. Duluth East regains the zone for a moment. It's played back out by Will Magnuson. Fitzgerald and Magnuson tied up in a board battle. Cleared back down the ice, but Payne gloves it down at center.
There's one shot on that power play for Duluth East. They just never got the clean zone entry.
Full strength as Duluth East 0 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. That will be something, if the result stands, that Coach Randolph will certainly point to. Tushy gloves it down and regains the zone. Checked off by Payne into the corner. He goes down. Skated onto by Anderson. And now a couple guys tied up in the corner, and finally we have a whistle and a stoppage in play, and it looks like we have an injured Greyhound down.
Yeah, that's Payne, and he had Preston Lindholm right on top of him. It looked like Lindholm might have thrown a punch. I would imagine he's going to the box. It's just a matter of if both boxes are going to fill up here.
Yeah, will it be incidental minors or?
Well, there were two Prior Lake players there, and what happened was it looked like it was Tushy and Payne who were tied up originally, and then Lindholm came in, and he just got himself more. I guess he slammed the glass in the penalty box, but he came in and he threw a hit on Payne when he was already tied up with Tushy, and I thought that would be the penalty. And then afterwards, they were all tangled up, and it looked like Lindholm threw a punch. But they're both going to the box for now.
They're both sitting in the box. The only penalty that's up on the clock right now is for Lindholm. And Lindholm, yeah, indeed slammed the glass.
Yeah, they got to get an extra body in there to serve the penalty, so they're going to send Hunter Lincoln in there with him. Lincoln hasn't played a shift tonight.
Nope. So 2 Lakers in the box, 1 Greyhound in the box, but the penalty ultimately will be on Lindholm. Second Prior Lake penalty of this third period after taking just 1 in the first. And so the Greyhounds back on the man advantage, and they really need to take advantage of this time.
Talked about it earlier in the game that players were playing the man sometimes instead of obviously playing the puck. Well, that happened there with Lindholm. I wonder if that's why he's in the box.
Holding and roughing the call. Holding ultimately the one that's being served as it's controlled by the Greyhounds out to the left point. Now right circle, good stick to force the Greyhounds back. They're able to keep it in, play it off the near side boards. Centering pass, chip toward the net. And Kajewski had it covered all the way. Skating back, Donovan. Donovan looking, plays it across for Cochran. Out of the right circle. Back for Cochran, left point. He throws it down low. Tracked down just outside the right circle. Back to Cochran at the right point. Across the left circle, good save, Kajewski. Off the stick of Donovan. Donovan, one of the harder shots in this game. Down to the right circle. Whiffed on the pass, or not much anyway. Still in the possession of the Greyhounds as it's back for Donovan. Just outside the left circle. He rims the circle, throws it on net. Right pad save made by Kajewski. Rebound loose, puck bounding toward the net, and
glove down by Kajewski. He caught that off of a Duluth East hand. One of the players actually tried to bat it into the net, hit it right into his glove.
Kajewski may be a candidate for our FVP MVP of the game. 5:51 remaining in the hockey game. 42 seconds left on the power play. And he has been outstanding. 14 shots. He stopped all 14 of them. Through traffic, it hits the man in front. It was Jones in his big body trying to block off Kajewski. Fitzgerald circling around the right rim. Plays it down low. Jones checked off hard by Emmerich. Back to the left point. Cochran hammers it on net. It's deflected, but it goes wide of the right post.
That's exactly the play they wanted. They had the big body Jones in front. He got a stick on it, just deflected it wide on the far side.
Donovan retreats back into his own end, being hounded there as the penalty expires. And 70% penalty kill coming in, but Prior Lake is 4 for 4 on the kill tonight and maintains the shutout thus far with 5 minutes to play in the hockey game. Back to 5-on-5 action. Off the near side boards, Kahlberg. Big collision with Jones, forces the turnover. It's lifted back to center. Jones skates onto it, and he gets hit, and that was almost knee to knee. Played around the boards. Kajowski leaves it.
The problem with Jones is that his knees are at most guys' waists, so it's really hard to hit him knee to knee.
Well, that's true. That's true. Not necessarily intentionally, but that's a scary collision whenever that happens. Skating after it and playing it up to the line. Haitala high off the boards. Big collision with Beatty along the near side boards. It's played back down. And skating back after it, Emerson. Emerson in the right wing corner. Cycles it for Traxel. Traxel up for Tushy, who backhands it along. Board battle right in front of the Prior Lake bench with 3:55 left. 17-14 shots in favor of Prior Lake. Haitala plays it in deep. Kajowski couldn't handle it behind the net. Centering pass in front, and a save by Kajowski.
What a play by Erickson. He had one hand on his stick, and he was still able to get it out in front. I believe that was Lyle who was camped out. And how about Kajowski? Played a handful of games this year, but none of them against a team of this caliber. And he's really showed up tonight. Only 15 saves. He hasn't had to do a lot. But the ones he's made have really looked impressive. Duluth, he's going to pull the goaltender here with 3:38 left.
6 attackers on the ice for the Greyhounds. Off the draw, it's backhanded along by William Magnuson. Cleared but not out. Jones, centering pass. Lots of traffic in front of Kajowski's net. Duluth East, goal line extended. Out for Haitala at the point. Across, down to the right circle. Donovan shoots it wide of the net. 3:18 left. 2-0 Prior Lake. Pinned up against the boards. Fitzgerald. Haitala from the right point. Judding in there. He plays it back. Along the near side boards, Haitala comes down. And now a battle along the end boards. Goal line extended, thrown toward Kajowski's net, and he clearly was not expecting that. But he reacted quickly and covered the rebound.
Yeah, clever play there by Ryder Donovan. He might have seen that Kajowski wasn't quite on top of that post, same way that Prior Lake scored in the second period, and he gave it a shot. And like we said all game long, you're down 2-0, it's 2:54 left, you've got your goalie pulled. There's no such thing as a bad shot right now for Duluth East, especially for a player the caliber of Ryder Donovan.
Donovan nearly snuck it in on the short side as the draw will come out to the left of Kajowski.
I really like the way Donovan's played tonight. He probably hasn't had his best game of the year, certainly not with no points on the board, but he does a lot of things well, really smooth out there. I don't pretend to know what his college situation is, but I have a feeling he gets a lot of phone calls these days.
Prior Lake trying to get it out, and they finally do. Kimmis can't clear it. Back into the neutral zone. Neither team gaining much possession, but Payne will play it across the line. Hammered back into the zone. Traxel whacks at it. Duluth East just trying to get the puck to the net, trying to get it to the dangerous areas. Payne fires it past the right post.
Well, if I'm Prior Lake, I got to know where he is at all times because he has a cannon from the point.
Puck loose in the slot, and it's swept out of there by the Lakers. Prior Lake defending for its life right now.
Well, they've done a really nice job of turning this game into a street fight. No easy inches out there for Duluth East.
Big hit at the blue line to force the turnover by Cashmark. Thrown in deep by Cochran and around. Kajewski continues to come out and try to aggressively play that puck behind his own net. It hopped over his stick. Now it's lifted up. Payne keeps it in at the left point. Payne back has it at center ice. Back for Haitala at his line, who sends it in deep. Whiffed on the pass, Emmerich. Haitala throws it in deep. It's backhanded. He can't keep it in the zone. Skating onto it, Payne, tracked by Judding. Extra attacker. Judding forces the turnover. Judding with the empty net, and it gets caught up in the skates of Haitala. Judding was looking for a goal to go along with an assist tonight, but a nice job by Haitala to come back. Now regaining the zone, backhanding toward the net. Pad save made to deny Jeanette. Back in the neutral zone. Bounced off the near side boards. Traxel in there as well as Donovan can't keep it in. It's swept back down the ice. Icing is the call. 51.2 seconds left. Shots now in favor of Duluth East, 18-17 after this barrage. But Charlie, the backup netminder, senior Cade Kajewski, really playing a whale of a hockey game.
Yeah, he's been able to see everything for the most part, so that's what his team has done well for him. They got an extra player out on the ice here. They only had 4. But everything he's seen, he stopped, and he stopped without a lot of fussy rebounds as well.
There's a drive by Anderson wide of the net. It's kept in at the right point by Payne. And skated out, lifted. Payne gloves it down in neutral ice. Back at center, Donovan onto it from above the left circle, right into Kajewski's breadbasket. And he is 32 seconds away from pitching his first shutout of the season.
Yeah, that one he wasn't totally comfortable with. You could see him rock back a little bit just to make sure it stayed in front of him, but he held on to it as he's done all night long. Kajowski's been fantastic in this game.
Face-off will come to his right with 32.6 seconds exactly left in the hockey game. Prior Lake, what a big win this would be. It would give him back to 500. 25 seconds left. Centering pass. Shot toward net by Fitzgerald after he got back on it, and it swept back down the ice by Prior Lake. 17.5 seconds remaining. Face-off will come back down in the Prior Lake zone in their left circle. His first line's back out there, Judding, who's been winning draws all night and playing excellent hockey. Engages with Payne in a board battle. That shot doesn't get all the way through. Lyle can't keep it in the zone as it trickles back down towards the ice. Time will expire here, and Prior Lake hangs on for a big non-conference win over Duluth East. The final score, Prior Lake 2, Duluth East nothing. Time to announce our FVP MVP of the game, and we will give that honor to senior netminder Cade Kajewski, who stopped all 19 shots he faced tonight to lead the Lakers to a big shutout win here at home. I want to remind you folks that this game was brought to you by FVP. FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. And again, our FVP MVP of the game tonight was senior Cade Kajewski. 19 saves to earn the shutout. It was also sponsored by Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. For my partner, Charlie Beatty, I'm Bill Hupp saying good night from the Dakota Ice Center, where again the final, Prior Lake 2, Duluth East nothing. Thank you for watching this presentation of high school boys hockey on youthhockeyhub.com.